There's one thing I've been struggling with a lot recently, and that is decision making. How do we pick what to say no to, what to say yes to? I was recently reading this one book, and I've read it before in a book called Essentialism, and that's essentially your greatest superpower is the ability to say no. No is something that is understood by everyone. It's not always well accepted, but everyone knows what no means. And typically, the most successful people are the ones who know how to say no instead of just living off of maybes and, yeah, I'll get around to it, and then never doing it. Doing stuff like that is something I've always been very good at, which is bad. I don't want to be that type of person that says, okay, yes, I'm going to do that one thing and then never get around to it. I don't want to be the one that's saying maybe knowing I really don't want to. Not only is that bad for me, but also the people that I'm doing it towards. Not only that, but I also know that by not being able to make those decisions and say no to things, that is gonna prevent my ability to get to where I actually want to be. I want to build this channel. I want to build a brand, a big old business. And I know that if I keep saying yes to a whole bunch of things, I'm not gonna have time to it. And that's kind of where my mind's been at. See, there's family time, there's running, there's lifting, there's also the main channel, which is bringing in a good amount of money right now. That's also connected to the Patreon, which is, sponsors and everything. And then there's my one job, like contract work, which varies so much from week to week, but it's always there in the back of my mind that I need to be available for it, which is also taking a toll on my ability to go out and create something else like this. I'm struggling a lot with being able to say no, and that's something I really want to get good at, but also just the fact that not making decisions is just living a passive life and letting life happen to you instead of dictating what you want in life. I know what I want. I'm just really bad at actually taking my foot, putting it down, and kind of taking that step towards it. I have a thing where I want to be good at everything, but I also know deep down that that's not possible. I can't be the best at everything, so I need to be able to pick and choose. Before I get into what that actually looks like in terms of what kind of decision am I going to make moving forward to make sure that I can get to where I want to, I want to test out a couple new things, because as you might have been able to tell, I got some new shoes. I got some zero drop shoes. I went to Fleet Feet. They did like a sick 3D scan of my foot and then looked, oh, okay, your foot is like this. Basically, it's a little chubsky and wide. I ran in it yesterday just once, ran a quick mile, super fast, probably one of the fastest miles I've ever ran, 7:30 pace, which is sick. And also got this vest, which is, I want to start running longer distances, and I sweat a lot, and I mean like a lot and very easily. So I know I lose a good bit of hydration. I'm just wearing it just to see what it feels like, and then hopefully we'll start doing 10Ks and moving up from there. Finished the 3-mile run, 5K. Nice little easy 30 minutes at 9:43 mile pace. New shoes definitely feels very different to a regular shoe with it being a zero drop shoe. The lady at the store, she told me as well I was going to be able to feel it in my calves especially. I think I feel it everywhere. At least I think so. I'm not sure if it's just because of some exercises I've done throughout the week I feel very sore, but like the inside of my thighs and all that stuff. But in general, I felt a lot more comfortable than my other shoes, which is weird because it was like I kind of feel like a little bit more fatigue, but I feel good still. Like I wasn't having any issues, and whether that's just the shoes or the mindset of being in new shoes, I couldn't tell you. They're very nice to run in. Now for the hydration vest, I do have my phone in here on one side, and I filled up both flasks equally because in my head I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna even it out. But then I forgot that I was gonna put my phone in it, so it's obviously one side is gonna be heavier. But even with that, it didn't feel too imbalanced. I did notice it a couple of times, like after I take my phone out to take a quick clip and then put it back, I was like, okay, I can feel the difference. Super easy to drink out of them, technology is fantastic. I love having all the pocket space. As a person who gets very sweaty, especially on the back, I'm gonna get sweaty on my back anyway, so I don't mind having this on my back, even though I do probably get a little bit more sweaty with this on. But overall, I think it's worth it. And it's super nice not having to hold your phone or carry it in your pocket or something like that, because that's awful when you're running. Overall, 10 out of 10. My goal was to look like Batman and then also, be able to store things and have water on me. And I think I do both of those. And that's, the sunglasses, the vest, the all black outfit, the black shoes. I'm getting that. Batman mode, activated. For now, I'm gonna head back home. I need to shower because I'm stinky. Then we'll talk a little bit about what the future looks like for me. So what does this decision-making thing and learning how to say no look like for me? I came up with three pillars I can lean everything up against and guide my way through these decisions. Making money from things I enjoy. I feel like it's super important to do something that you love. It not only brings you joy, but it also makes you more fun to be around and a better person all around because you're happy with your life. The second thing is family. Growing up, I always had instilled in me how important family is. That's something I really want to keep prioritizing. I feel like I've always been pretty good at it, but I want to be a lot better at being present in the moment because I do have a tendency to always be thinking about work and not always being there, and sometimes being consumed by my phone and stuff like that. So that's one thing I really want to get better at, is just being there in the moment. The third thing is health. Not only my physical health, but also my mental health. I think it's super important in life to be mentally strong so that you can overcome these struggles that you're gonna face, because no matter what, we are gonna have things in life that are gonna be tough. So it's super important to be mentally strong enough to deal with those stresses and overcome those problems. And I also think it's gonna be super important in building a brand and putting in all that work. It's gonna take a toll. So it's important that you are able to overcome it. But also the physical health part is just, being able to be 50 years old and your body work fine, I think you see a lot of people, our parents and all that stuff, they get older and they have a hard time moving and they aren't as capable as they were before, which obviously is normal, but I want to do as much as I can to prevent that, or at least make sure that my body is capable for as long as possible. But those are the three things that I deem to be the most important in my life and things I want to make sure that I weigh every decision against. But in terms of how I've actually applied it in real life already is, well, I quit my job. If you watch the weekly vlog, you'll know I do some contract work, which I no longer do. And it was just getting to a point where it wasn't very many hours, so the pay wasn't very good, but it was still taking a large mental toll on me just because I felt like I always had to be there. Measuring it up against those three pillars, it wasn't something that was bringing me joy, the work. Even though it wasn't a field that I loved, the work itself, I just felt like it was taking away more of my time than it was giving. So ultimately, I decided to just take the leap. With that being said, it's time to go full in on this. I have some super fun stuff coming up, which is also going to play into not only this first pillar, which is making money from things I enjoy, but also the third one, which is health. Might be a little bit stupid, but I think it's going to be super fun, and I'm actually going to start that tomorrow, so hopefully there should be some videos about that coming out pretty soon, but I think you'll enjoy watching it. But that's pretty much what the decision-making framework I've come up with looks like. It's just about finding things that you deem to be the most important to you, long-term, short-term, and then just weighing every decision up against it. I think it's super important to learn how to be cutthroat and to be obsessive with the things that really bring you joy, and then just be delusional about it. At some point in our lives, we kind of go away from this delusion where, your dreams, you can't really achieve them, but I really do think that we can if we put in the hard work. That's not to say that it's easy, but I do think that it's simple. I think there's a clear distinction there between simple and easy. I think that's also what separates the good from the great, being able to do the simple but super hard work. That's what's going to get you where you want to be. Yeah, with that being said, I just want to say thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are into any type of health, running, fitness type of content, you'll probably want to stick around for these next couple of videos. I will also be sprinkling in some brand stuff, trying to work on that simultaneously. Feel free to comment down below if you've gone through any big decisions in your life recently and just how you chose what you chose, and if you have a framework for yourself. I'll stop the ramble, and I'll see you very, very soon. Peace out.